So this is nothing but the I'm trying to address the FAQs of solution architect. So I will cover all the key pointers which is needed to be addressed or questions are there right away you can see in Quora. So I will highlight and I'll try to answer a couple of questions which is raised here. So that just nothing but I have searched with solution designing. Okay, solution design, and I will answer a couple of questions. In the meantime, my recording is getting converted. So let's have a look. So once we search it, so here I have searched solution design. Once I search it, I have following questions. Okay, so I'll try to answer one by one. Let's get started. So okay, this question I have: what technology do business consultants like Deloitte, McKinsey use internally for task management, project management, and solution design? See, this what technology, okay, do business consulting like Deloitte, McKinsey require? See, how do I see this particular example? I will highlight just a second. Okay, so how do I see entire this question? First of all, what technology do business consultants like Deloitte, McKinsey uses internally for task management? So it is completely depend on the type of project they are doing. That's the answer. Okay, it completely depend on the type of project they are in. What do I mean by that? It means nothing but, so imagine I am working on a project in Deloitte or in these kind of companies which is mentioned here. I'm working on a project which is deals with website development. Okay, website development. So if this team or project works on website development, then I need to know the website related tool or CMS tools, correct? Content management tools, correct? Content management services. I need to know that. I need to know about the web technologies. I need to know about technologies. I need to know about the hosting database, correct? Hosting database, these things. So what technology do business consultant use internally for task management? Okay, so this is the process task management, project management, and solution design. So explicitly I don't have insight on these two organizations, but I can talk about task management, couple of tools which is frequently used across organization. First is I say Zira. Okay, another I observed which is widely used is Azure DevOps. Okay, Azure DevOps. So Jira, Azure DevOps, or also in order to do this task management tool, there is a tool called Trello. Okay, in some of the organization, we work with Trello, and these tools actually required for agile development. So mostly it is Jira, Azure DevOps, or any kind of DevOps tool where they capture it, the task and progress the monitor. Another is Microsoft Project. Okay, Trello I mentioned. Okay, these are the tools typically used. Mostly it is Jira or similar kind of DevOps tool. See, the approach remains same. If you have work on any of the task management tool, you will be able to utilize that and literally able to work with any task management tool. So no need to worry. It's not that key context here. Okay, Microsoft Project also task management. What is the key things required in a task management tool? So whatever task is there, so you capture the task. Okay, you capture the task. That is the first point. Second, what you do is you capture the time, how much time it will take, what is the timeline it has taken, what is the key input required. Okay, key input or dependencies, I will rather say. What are the key inputs or dependency required? What are the impediments are there? Who is responsible? Okay, so who is the owner? Who is the owner? What are the key input I already mentioned? And above and beyond, what are the challenges about, I can say that remarks. Okay, remarks. These all information get captured in a task management tool. And if you know any one of the tool which does these things, easily able to handle any other tools. Hope it helps. Okay. Moving to the next point, which is mentioned, project management. So again, so task management, project management, it's like interchangeably used. Okay. So in a project, we have task. We divide those activity in a task. So um, we divide those activity or project in an action item. Action item is nothing into a task or some kind of activity, correct? And that we use with the task management tool, which I mentioned already. Now, solution designing, there are tools we across used across organization is nothing but I wanted to highlight. So for example, solution designing, what are the tools used? So it's very, I'm starting from the, let's say, analysis stage. So definitely Microsoft Word. Okay, I know you may be aware and you may be thinking it's very silly, but yes, we use it very. If you are very, well versed, the advanced functionality work of words, how to create document, how to structure it, how to create content, how to, enable the auto, change management or auto tracking tool. So these are the things you need to know. So MS Word, it's not only that, the word we are aware of. It is much more than that. You need to have an advanced knowledge of it. Okay. So MS Word is first application or tool, I will rather say. Apart from that, I can say, uh, okay, you are asking about technologies also, correct? So, see, solutioning, in one of the session, I already highlighted what the technology comes in. So, first of all, document is this, then you have Excel also. We use MS Excel also, and these are for very generic purpose. We use it above and beyond. We use UML tools, okay, like Visio, okay, or else Draw.io. So, so you can cross check that Draw.io. Visio is one of the tool, and apart from that, I mostly use Visio. There is another tool. I'm not able to recall the name, but there are tools available. So you can search UML tool or workflow creation tool, and those tools we use. It's not a technology; it's a tool again. Now, when we say, uh, so okay, Visio. Apart from that, we also consume UML Visio. I observed. Apart from that, we use other technology, whatever stack or whatever domain I'm working, which I mentioned at the beginning. Same. So if I'm using in automation or I'm using in business intelligence, those tools so I will say, process specific tools. And then, of course, PPT. I cannot, okay, PPT, we need to know this. Apart from that, any kind of ID or exposure if you have, okay. So for example, let's say PyCharm, or Visual Studio, or else you have exposure in Jupyter Notebook. So that always help, okay, or SQL Server Management Studio. So these are the ID definitely going to help you. If you need to have those understanding, at least how to operate, how to write codes in it, and so and so forth. Okay, on the ID side, what other things am I missing any point? Project management tool, by default, a solution architect needed to be well versed with. Another, I see DevOps technology. Okay, DevOps, some exposure of cloud is always like plus point, I will say, cloud. So it is, see, when you are a solution designer, okay, there is no limit to the tools and technology you should know. That's the actual fact. So if it's, yes, it can narrow down or it can be reduced based on the scope of your opportunity. Okay, but if you ask this kind of generic question, the answer is, it is as, as update you can yourself, as update as possible on your domain, on the technology you are designing the solution, that should be the answer here. I hope it helps. Let me see some other pointers from the questions here. How should good solution design look like? So how should good solution design look like? So if I have to observe this, okay, how should a good solution design look like? I wanted to highlight a couple of key things, okay. First of all, in a solution, when we design a solution, in that particular solution, I need to have, for example, mm, uh, first and foremost, whenever we design a solution, that design we do it for it's we call it robustness, okay. Robust, what does it means? That it can change, okay, your like, so it can change, dynamic, okay. So robust is nothing but your solution should be dynamic. It should adopt the changes. Number one, quality, in my point of view. Number two, if I have to highlight, is as a solution designer, okay, in the good solution, first of all, it has to be robust, it has to be modular, okay, it has to be modulars, it has to uh, it has to be modular. Always keep in mind, modular means your code has to be in a small chunk, okay, or in a like I will say task and subtask basis, so that we call as modular code. You need to have a design which is modular, which can be reused, okay. Another point I wanted to highlight, it should, whatever solution you do, it should comply the requirement of customer. So customer has some expectation, correct. Number one responsibility is to capture and align your solution to meet it. Expectations such as reducing the cost, improving the efficiency, improving the quality of it, you know, and or else presenting some kind of information and insight, capturing some log and register some input. So in a, if I summarize all this activity, comply to customer requirement. This is critical, complying to customer requirement, okay. Now, okay, what else? I'm just trying to think, what are the other key things required in a good solution design, okay. In solutioning, it is very, very important, whenever I'm presenting the information, that has to be visually clearly understandable, okay, as visual as possible with the diagram and chart, your design, your idea, okay. And above and beyond, it has to be very well and simple language. It needs to be communicated in a very simple language. It should not be very complex, very technical, because your design would be interpreted by business team, whether it is compliant their requirement or not. It will be consumed by a developer, junior developer, to understand what is the ask and how they can deliver it. So the language and the clarity in the documentation is very, very key and important part. Okay. So that's the another aspect which is very, very important from my point of view. Apart from that, always, in the solution, there are, it's not possible that every aspect you know already. There are certain aspect which is unknown, certain aspect which is not clear, correct. Those aspects needed to be researched, and those aspects needed to be highlighted in the solution, that these area are gray out, and we need to explore, come up with that, and that has to be called out clearly in the documentation part. Now, how should a good solution design look like? these are the key pointers I can think of now. Okay. And another good solution, and last but not the least at this moment I can add, is that it should be approved. So whatever design you create, be it the way you have created, you capture all the requirement, you capture all the technical consideration, you capture the high level of the solution, how it would be looking like in future state. You are capturing the information of other technical information. Now once all these informations are created, okay, now you also capture the dependencies you have, you capture what are the exceptions are there, what kind of exception we will resolve it, how we will handle the like any kind of contingency plan of if there any kind of critical scenario, how do we handle it. These all information we need to capture. Once these all things are captured, you need to get an approval at the end. That is also a very critical aspect of a good solution design document. That's how I can highlight and see it. Okay. Now I hope it answers some of the point which is highlighted here. Let's move to the next question. What is a good solution design? So I think this is overlapping. Okay. So in I have mentioned what should contain in a good solution design, and I hope it address the point here as well. Now moving to the is solution design architect redundant in an agile project? Very nice point. First of all, okay, I haven't even seen what is the answer is mentioned, so I'm not validating completely and purely. I'm going to share my experience. First of all, see, when you say redundant, okay, you mean to say, is it ever required in agile? Does solution designer comes into picture? As per my experience, I can say that always and always solution designer plays a critical role. First of all, you need to understand agile project is nothing but also a approach. It's an approach through which we deliver a project. And there is another approach similar to it, or not similar, uh, like I will say the older version of that approach is the waterfall approach. Now, in any approach, the objective is what to deliver a particular solution. Now, if the objective is to deliver a particular solution, then somebody has to design that solution, irrespective you developed in a waterfall or you developed in a agile method. Okay, makes sense, because you are ultimately creating a solution, so you have to have solution designer in place or architect in place. You cannot avoid that responsibility. And first of all, then for this reason, you need to understand, and I will create another detailed session on that, that what are the core role and responsibility of solution architect. Can that be done by any other team member? That's the question, and the answer is no, because solution architect and solution designer own that particular solution. The success of that solution, the failure of the solution, the impediments of this solution, and the challenges of these solutions, whatever you call. And that can be handled with experience only. And that cannot be delegated to project manager or rather tester or developer to own that, or else business analyst. All these people, solution designer and architect, combine, merge their inputs and create a detailed solution. That's the task here. So from my point of view, I'm not seeing that it will be redundant. Rather, the criticality will increase, the responsibilities will increase, and the application of similar kind of role will increase. It's much broader. In agile, it is much more critical for a solution architect to be, I will say, be there, so that with the help of experience, they can project that which kind of how it is going to work. Because in agile, we don't know all these steps which is which would require to create that solution, correct? And with the experience only it can be projected, not only with experience, with input from all the team members. Okay, then based on that it can be projected. So even in agile way, these qualities and this skill set, this particular positions are required. It's not redundant for the role. I hope it answers. Now, if I moving back to the other question, how do you write a solution design document? Yeah, this is interesting. How do you write a solution design document? So when you say solution design, okay, so how do I define this? Okay, when some of the area I have already highlighted what exactly comes under this. When you say solution design, okay, so you are actually creating a solution. So I will try to give an example of a let's say any kind of solution we are trying to create. Let's say I wanted to create a solution through which uh, uh, one prediction will happen. Okay, whether it could be, okay, let's say a prediction will happen whether the sales will increase or not. That's the problem statement, and for that we are trying to create a solution. Now if these sales will increase or not, that the prediction we need to do, and for that we need to create a solution. Correct. Now what are the input is required in order to do that? Think about that right away. First of all, you need to know that how do they today predict the sales, whether it is being done or not done. Number one, so you have to understand the current process. Once you know the current process, then you need to know that what is the targeted approach. Okay, how I can achieve that sales prediction in much more faster way, or I will say with much more efficiency and accuracy. That should be the objective. Or maybe I could predict longer duration of the sales. Correct. So you have to define the problem statement as a next. So first is you observe what is the problem. Second, you are defining how the future state would look like, and then you within that, so if I then within that you keep on capturing information which supports that statement. For example, the to be state you capture, the high level architectural design you capture, the other tools and technology which is involved, where those tools and technologies sit in the architecture, that you need to, or feed into architecture, that you need to portray and illustrate in the architectural design. You need to create high level architecture as well as keystroke level architecture, low level architecture design for developers as well as business user to refer and understand. Once that is done, you need to capture the scenario. What are the scenario sales can be predicted? What are the scenario sales cannot be predicted? What are the outliers? What are the scenarios in scope for the prediction of sales? What are the scenarios are out scope of prediction of the sales? What data you will take, what data you will not take. Once that is defined, how your solution is going to work, that you need to capture. How your selling solution is going to work, what are the various module you are creating, how how you are how you are okay, what kind of exception can occur, what kind of problems can cause or exception can cause, how you are going to mitigate it, what is its response, what is the technical infrastructure of the tools you are using for delivering that solution, all the security consideration has been taken care or not, the audit information is captured, if yes, then what are the information captured, where it is being captured, so and so forth. Whatever you are using, tools, technology and approach and idea, scenario, everything inclusive, you need to capture in the solution design document. And there are multiple templates available online. Even if you search guys online, you will find it, you will get to know the high level, and you consolidate from couple of template, you will able to relate and create this right away, or create your custom template right away, guys. I hope it touch some of the points and helps you to think through further based on your custom domain you are working, custom process you are working. I hope it will help you there. Okay. Another question, if I go further, what are the activities what are the activities of solution designer, solution architect, and business analyst in telecom domain? Awesome. I wanted to answer this, and I will create a separate altogether a content for this particular part for this particular question, because it is a vast question. What are the activities of a solution designer? What a solution architect and business analyst in the telecom domain? So first of all, in telecom domain, definitely I can select a use case, and based on that I can give you the response on this, but it would be a larger comment. Okay, it will be a longer comment, and nobody has answered yet, but definitely these 10 people for these 10 people I'm going to answer in the next session. Okay, I will create a subsequent part, and on those part I will cover all the questions which is asked here. So none of them I will skip, guys. All the questions, whatever comes under solutioning and solution design related, I'm going to answer, and I hope it helps a lot of people whoever asked and whoever is following these questions, and other who has not asked, and these questions may occur in future. Thank you for now.